Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Green Arcade. Good morning. I am back. We're going to try this again. This is an update to Stevie's Riverbend 4X. This is the day after the first day we did it, so the first couple of episodes. So this should be episode 3. There were some issues with the map. Some of them were greater than we first had really thought. So Stevie took the map completely down, redid a lot of stuff, fixed some stuff. I know that the common ground or the public land that you can buy, that would not stay purchased or something. And then there were some other issues too, some texture issues or something like that. But we're going to go ahead and go with it. I have put the money back in that I did from the contracts. I went ahead and did, we started with the fertilizing contracts. We did the harvesting. We were working on the big field up north yesterday. And did a couple more after that. So those contracts are pretty big. So everything is reset. We did have to do a new save. Whoa, the dog is teleporting. Oh boy, I think he went over that plant there and he started flickering around. Hey, Shadow, but you better sit down, bud. You better just lay down and take a nap. So I had to go back in and redo everything, get rid of the equipment. By the time it was all said and done, we ended up with 428,000. So we're kind of starting back over from day one again. FYI, it was nighttime when I was finishing up the last harvest. So spent literally an entire day in here. And I've got to go in and... Oh boy, are you okay? Are you alright, buddy? Sounds like his teleporting days might be over. He's kind of whimpering. Alright. So, we don't own any farm. Well, we don't own any fields. The only thing, again, that we own is going to be the homestead here. Right there. Good morning, Twitchy. So the fields have changed as far as like what type of crop they have in them. Yeah, everything's a little different now. So Fuzzy, good morning. Did you get the new version of the map? I think it's version 1002. And Stevie doesn't label them in the file name that way. So it has the same file name as the other one did. So you'll have to get rid of the other one first and then download it again, and that should be version 1002. Okay, did you download it this morning? Hopefully that's because I did replace it. See your multiplayer game. Are you in here? Nope, not yet. Yeah, you can't put dots in anything. It's version 1002. Should be 1.0.0.2. I don't know. It may have the changelog like in the README file or something like that, but I don't think it was in like the original file. All right, let's take a look at contracts. Yeah, I gotta clear that. I did go in and set that, so that should only respawn the ones that we want. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I'm just gonna keep hitting the button. It's growing the list. It's still growing. Alright. So we've got quite a few contracts to do. I'm probably going to borrow some equipment. Ooh, there's a good fertilizing one right there. That's a big one. I think is that the field that we harvested yesterday? It might be. Yeah, 1002. Yeah, okay, you got it. So I think I'm going to go back with the original plan. I am going to go ahead and buy our first tractor. And then we'll do some contracts here. I think it's probably the best decision to get a fertilizing rig as well. It'd be nice if one of those was on sale. Nope, neither one of them. And that's is that the bigger tractor or the smaller tractor? I think that might be the bigger tractor there. I don't know. That is a case header. I think I'm going to stick probably with the MacDon stuff. So I have a question. You guys that have used this new setup, do you have to have the mineral feed in there too for that to work? I'm assuming you do, because over on Leg, I got silage and straw and hay in there, and it's not starting right away. The only thing I didn't put in there yet was mineral feed. So I'm just out of curiosity. Is that the case? And it sounds like we do. Yeah, we do have some cows to start out. So we do have cows. And we do have little piglets over here. They do need water for this enclosure. Okay, so contracts. I'm going to go ahead and buy the tractor. So we were talking about what tractor do we want to start with. I think probably the best option would be the larger 6R. This was the starting 6R. This only goes up to 234. The other 6R that they released is the larger one. This goes up to 301 horsepower. So kind of gonna go with that. So we'll put the 301 in it. Put Michelin tires on there. We'll do wheel weights. Wonder, should we do medium tires with weights? Probably medium tires with weights. I think that kind of makes them the same. Yeah, we'll do that. We definitely want to go US style. We're going to keep the 3-point on the front. Panoramic window. Oh, yeah. Why not? Let's do it. Give us a little more daylight in there. So we'll keep the 3-point. I will put the front loader on there. And then no plate. So that's what we want. So that's 294. Okay. And then we want a FERT rig. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go with the larger one. We do have these new ones. That one's really expensive though. This one's from the Highlands. That does 9,000, and then the width is not that. It's not as big as the Amazon. Plus, the Amazon holds more. That one is bigger. What's that from? When did they put that in? That's not from the Highlands. What's that from? Has that always been in here? It says that holds 15,000 liters, and Looks like it has the same width. The Amazon is cheaper. That one looks weird. That's got like a crane on it or something. That's weird. I've never used this one. I think I'll just go with the Amazon for now. Do some Michelins, and we'll do the narrow tires on it. Okay. Buy some fertilizer. Okay. Morning, Trent. Yeah, Stevie was saying it was going to be upwards of a week, but he got it updated last night, so... Keep my Dr. Pepper open here. Hey, you can see the fur in there now. I think that's a Giants thing. I don't think that's a Stevie thing. Oh, it should be there. Make sure you've got the right... Well, even if you didn't have the right version of the thing, it should show. I'm in there. Well, it's on multiplayer. See, I can go show you right here. I am in multiplayer. All by myself. Let's do that. So now I think the goal is to get a second tractor so that we can run these FERT contracts, and then maybe a maybe some kind of harvester or something like that. Alright, let's see what we got. I saw some good ones out there. We definitely want to get something that's got like an Amazon that comes with it for Fuzzy to use when he comes in. Where can you go look at that? I think I'm running 1.14.01. Yeah, I think I've got to be running the latest version because it updated this morning. Is there a place where you can go see what version of the game you're running? Oh my goodness, Train, we know you're there. He's really proud. I'm here. I'm hauling something. But man, he's just laying on his horn. Where is there like an about panel? Maybe under settings? I can reload it and maybe see in the main menu if you want to do that. Let me just reload it. So you're running 1.14.10. Should be up there in the top left corner, I think. Uh, 1.14.10. Yep, I'm running that. Yeah. I think it's just the server thing that has always been kind of iffy as far as like finding it. Good morning, Steven. Oh, you know what probably would be good too? I can add an additional 2,200 of fertilizer with the new front tank. Yeah, I know they have to blow their horn. I think the minimum is 3 times. But this guy, whoever this was, he didn't do it just 3 times. He just hit his horn and laid on it. I mean, laid on it all through the area here. He did not let off. He just laid on his horn. He gone now, though. Alright, so the map is up. I'm guessing it's probably just the server thing where it's one of those things where just keep hitting refresh. Alright, contracts. Let's go hit some big ones. Definitely gonna take that one. Get another good tractor with that. Probably that one right there. I will borrow the items for that one. Okay. Okay, we'll see you when you get here. Let's see. I need to probably buy some more fertilizer. Can't have too much fertilizer. And then I want to get that front tank. Oh yeah, if my power goes out, it's always a risk here. The wind is super blowy here right now. So like the wind is nuts. Let me get that front thing too. Gotta see which one it is. So there's this one. That holds 2,200 and it does do fert. And then there's this one. This one I think is the one from the Highlands map. That says it holds 2200 as well. I think this one doesn't have the hose thing on it, or maybe it does. Maybe this is the one from the Highlands thing. This must be just from the mod hub. This one has a yellow top. I'll go with this one. It's cheaper. Plus I can change the color of it. And this one does not. It has a pipe, but it doesn't have the hoses on it. I can change the color of it. Would I want to change the color of it? Yeah, I'll just leave it butterscotch colors. This one does do fur, right? I'll make sure. Yep. Okay. Same capacity. And only 9,000, so that's kind of a bargain. Alright, let me go back over there and get that. Alright, let's see what else is out there. Go ahead and take as many of these big contracts out as we can. There's one for 60. Do that one. There's one for $887. That might be our starting field. It seems like a small field for that price. There's one for 49. We'll do that. Let the button load up there. I don't know what's loading in there, but hopefully it's some FERC contracts. Because there's stuff still loading in there. Let's go down this list. There's one for 14, 18. No, it wasn't that one. I don't know what it was. So we'll probably do this. I'll probably do that one for 18 there. And maybe the 14 one. Let's see what all we've got down this list here. Got some decent harvesting contracts. Looks like, with the time of the year it is, it's August, so probably canola and whatnot. There's a poppy for 78,000. There's an oat for 25. There's a spelt for 161,000. I say let's do that one. That's a pretty good price. Gonna borrow the equipment for that. Okay. Alright, let me get started. So there's the equipment for that, for the spelt. Where did the trailer go? Was that not supposed to come with the trailer? Are we just out of room? That should have come with a trailer, no? I think it would have spawned on down here somewhere. Inside the shop? You mean you can go inside the shop? Oh. Oh, cool, yeah. Yeah, so there's the header too. And there's the trailer. Okay. Interesting to know. Can you drive the cloths? Nope. Alright, let me get started on these fertilizing contracts. Let me go to the big one first. So I'm going there. That's 87. I think that's where I was at yesterday. I think that's right up here. Yep, that's where I'm going. Will I know where I'm going? Good morning, Adam. How's it going? Good morning, Jeff. I'm gonna take the ferry. I have to call it over. Yep, I'm gonna have to call it over. Proof that Riverbend Springs is in Arkansas. Peel Ferry, operated by the Arkansas State Highway and Transportation Department. Wonder if it actually cuts off at 8 p.m. I like, you know, they don't really advertise that a whole lot. But, and they usually don't base maps on, like, real places, you know, other than, like, maybe Kinleg or something like that. But I like that they're based on real places. I really do. And now we need to get some maps for... We talked about this yesterday. Get some maps for Georgia and Alabama and Florida, and add in all the other southern states. So you got what, Texas, Louisiana, Tennessee. I'm drawing a little map in my brain here. South Carolina, maybe. Comes the ups, man. He's in a hurry. Oh, save. Alright, let's set this up. There's another train. This should be a lot quicker than the harvesting contract we had on this yesterday. And we make some money here. We'll buy a front mower and a baler. And then probably a bale wrapper, and then we'll have silage bales that we can sell and make a profit off of. Yeah, see, this train, he's just intermittently doing his horn. Go and look at the map here. So the public lands, it looks like it's all the in-betweens. Which normally, you know, with every other map that I've played so far, to get the grass around the fields, usually you have to buy the field, right? So this shows, according to that, if I click right in there, yeah. So when you get that, I'm assuming it's still $0. Yeah, $2.54 is $0. You get all that grass. That's a lot of grass out there, y'all. There's a business opportunity there. Be able to go in and mow around all these other farmers' fields and bale it same time, and have Fuzzy come back behind me with the wrapper. Don't need much for a wrapper. We could get a smaller tractor for the wrapper to come in. And when I say wrapper, I don't mean like, you know, Snoop Doggy Dogg or Will Smith or... I'll go look at the smaller tractors here. Really like the looks of that 6M. I could see us getting that at some point. Oh, save. Here, look. I think we're going to have options. Yeah, we could get the new the Maxim that Hispano put out. We could, if we stick with the green, I mean, we've got several models of the green in here that we could do. Lots and lots and lots. Got some blue. Would be nice to have another tractor to be able to run additional stuff like this. How much does that plow run? How much do you need for that? That one right there. And if we got the 9 meters, so the 6 meter, that only requires 260. The 9 meter requires 320. So we would need probably something along the lines of like a 7R or something like that. Just about made a full round. I'm gonna go ahead and set my cruise down to 11. Oops. Maybe 12. I'll just keep it at 12. Because I think it's actually upper 11 that this thing goes. think I'm going to go start at the top. As soon as I get this closed up here. Okay. So let me go back up there to the top. I'm going to work from the top down there. Here, let's see where these lines are. Not really a full pass, but it's probably just one of the, it's probably the one partial pass. So I'll just go ahead and go down this line. Boy, that wind is kicking outside. Well, I am gonna say it's probably gonna need. I'm probably gonna have to go refill with fertilizer because I'm just now down to about almost 50%. And I know I'm not 50% done with this field, so yeah, we're gonna need some more. But we're 30% done with the field. Yeah, that's how we can tell how much we're done with the field. 31% done with the field, and I'm down to 52% fert. So if those numbers matched, if I was halfway done with the field, then I'd say, yeah, we'll be alright. But nope. Definitely gonna have to go refill. I know Fuzzy's out there. He's working on trying to get in. He's downloading the new game update. Had an update this morning. I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of wondering. You know, with all the Giants game updates we've been having lately, are they gonna catch on to the fish food scam? Not really. I don't know if it's really a scam, but it's a another way of making money. I just wonder if they're gonna change something with that. I used it a little bit, just a little bit, not a whole lot. Thank you, Trent, for letting me know about that too. I will say there's another episode of Kinleg coming out. I don't know when I'm gonna put it out. Maybe tomorrow, sometime. And I found well, I didn't find another way. We completed another task of making money. Let me say that. So yeah, I'm liking the direction I'm going with the Scotland map, but it's probably it's not gonna be one of those maps that lasts super long. But I am gonna keep playing it. I've got some goals. I wanna rebuild the castle for sure. I wanna rebuild the castle. I wanna build we gotta build the windmill. And then I want to get into the onions, and then I want to get into the fishing, you know, the more, you know, out on a boat in the lake fishing. Yep, this is 4X. This is Stevie's Riverbend 4X. So it's basically, when you look at the map, it's basically Riverbend Springs. You can see kind of the original map there, kind of in the center. And then you got larger fields on the outside. So where the roads used to have a dead end, they keep going. They just keep going. That still reminds me of Pleasantville. I need to watch that movie again soon. I may watch that this afternoon. Pleasantville was a really good movie. I liked it. Although, honestly, to me, I would have taken it another direction, but I do like the movie. got a pretty decent cast. It's got, you know, Reese Witherspoon and Tobey Maguire and Paul Walker, R.I.P. Jeff, is it Daniels? Yeah, Jeff Daniels. I always get Jeff Daniels and what was the Jeff that played, um, that played the Lebowski. I always get those two Jeffs, their names mixed up. It's got William H. Macy in it. Got a lot of big actors in it. But I would have taken it another way. I would have kept Pleasantville as it was, rather than, you know, yeah, I'll give you the colors are great, you know, the music gets better, you know. You gotta have the different kind of weather, you know, the severe weather and all that, you know, thunderstorms, you know, stuff like that, rain. But it was good as it was too. Because nothing bad ever happened in Pleasantville. There was never a cloud in the sky. It was always like 72 degrees, 73 degrees. Jeff Bridges, yeah, okay. Jeff Bridges, he was the Lebowski, yeah. I always get Jeff Bridges and Jeff Daniels. Not them as a person or them as an actor, but their names. I always get their names intertwined. And I don't know why. Did he open the fish hatchery? That's a good question. I haven't even been down there to look. Go fly down there while we're fertilizing. Gotta find it. It's on a center island type place. Well, he closed it up. I think it was right in there, wasn't it? Yeah, this used to be an island out here. There used to be water that came through here. And there's not any water through there now, so that's different. I don't know that there is one. I don't know. Maybe you can build one? I do know there's a big lake down south now. So here's the lake. And there's an island out in the lake. So maybe you can build one like out here or something? This kind of looks like a dock area where you could maybe bring the boat or something. That looks like a fishing boat there. So maybe you can build one in the lake. Trent, have you tried? Have y'all tried yet? Oh, is it down south? Is that it? Is that what I was looking at? I haven't been everywhere yet on the map, so I honestly don't know. Basically, I've been in the field doing contracts. Spent all afternoon yesterday and into the after sunset hours doing harvesting contracts. The harvesting contract, we had canola in this field, and that was worth $200 and something thousand. And then I had another one that was worth like 161, 171 something $1,000. 100, and then I had some more that were worth a little less than that, and I went ahead and did them. I think I had 3 that I took out altogether that were kind of in that class. So where's it at? Is it down on the lake, Trent? I gotta get my bearings here. Which way is south? This way. Where am I? I don't know. Okay, there's the lake. Is this it? Is that the fish? It kind of looks like the thing that used to be on that island out there. So yeah, there it is. There. I don't know. I wonder, can you build the thing out in the sea, out in the lake here, and then get you a boat? Be able to come out here and get you fish. Can you build boats? I did notice that they had this in here. So can you build boats? Is this an active production thing? Yeah, looks like it. Yep, it's got the sail point there. We might have to start building some sailboats. Too bad we can't get shrimp. Shrimp is the fruit of the sea. Plot 156. By the roller coaster. Where is that? Down south, he says. So there's where we were. Where is the roller coaster? That it? Yeah, there's the roller coaster. So maybe that. I don't know. Somewhere down here, somewhere down south, he said, so I'm guessing it's got to be close to the water. Found the roller coaster, though. It's down there by the lake. Well, finish my Dr. Pepper. Now on to the orange soda. Yeah, if we get another tractor that we want to do this kind of same setup with the vert rig, then we'll probably want something with a front 3-point. I'm leaning more towards the 6M, which is in the medium category. I'm down to 25. Let me make this pass and I'll see. I think I was at 33 when I started that pass. I started this one at 25. See where I'm at when I get done with it. Alright, here comes Fuzzy. You had to downgrade the Plains and Simple pack. Why did you have to downgrade the Plains and Simple pack? Oh, do you mean download? Alright, so I don't know if I've got enough. I guess I'm using the front tank now. I'm just gonna go ahead and go across. I think I might have enough. Yes, we'll find out. Downgrade to the older version. Is there an older version of the Plains and Prairie pack? I don't understand. I only thought there was one version. You can start wherever you want to go. There's a harvesting contract, and then there's fertilizing contracts. I've got a JCB with a FERT rig down there, and then the combine and the truck and trailer are down there at the shop. Don't give me the line where the harvesting contract's at, because that I don't know. Field 88. Where's that at? I can't see that on the map. Wish I could zoom in on the map. Did it say field 88? Looked like 88. Wherever field 88 is. "88 miles an hour." Oh, looks like it's the one right beside me up here, up north. So what are you harvesting out of there? It's spelt. I don't know what the yield is on that, so if you want to start working on that, you can. You do a FERT contract, okay. Do the harvest together, yeah. By that time, I may have enough money to buy like a small grain cart or something. Alright, I'm down to 56%. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go fill up. Dock your wages for an hour? No. I feel like I've driven this way quite a few times already. Probably should have counted how many trips I made down here with that contract. Because all I had was a 30,000 liter trailer. I guess that would be technically a trailer. You wish cattle weren't so stupid. Okay. What did they do? And please watch the language. Family friendly. And cattle get out. Yeah, we have cows get out around here quite often, actually. Wouldn't that be great if they did that in Farm Sim? I don't know, it probably would be great, but I mean, it'd be interesting to have, you know, your cattle escape your pasture or whatever, and then you have to like fix the fences, do like fence repairs. That'd actually be a good contract, wouldn't it? Doing some fence repairs. I think I'm gonna have to dive into the loan and buy some more fur. Let me go grab that. Yeah, I don't know if you actually have the permission to do it, but we're not going to collect any of the contracts until we're done, because if we borrow any equipment and you collect it and we want to use that equipment for another contract, then it disappears. Plus, the fertilizer in the tank disappears. And we want to eject that out of there before we complete any contract. So we're not going to complete anything until we're like done. Can't remember which one I borrowed that equipment on, but I know it wasn't the one I'm doing. I think that tank is full. Let me front. Alright, I'm full. So that gives me 12,200 versus just 10,000. Handy. Take her to sea, Mr. Murdoch. Let's stretch her legs. Now I gotta see where I came out at. A little bit further. Probably right in here somewhere. Right there. Yep. So I'm doing that one. You're doing that one. Where do I need to go next? It's closer to me. That's the harvesting one. Probably that one right there. Don't see any up here. Yeah, I probably need to go down yonder. And then there's one right there. And one right there. You're doing that one. Alright. We're leasing the equipment for one of those. Yeah, we're leasing that one. So field 69, just 69. Field 88, I'm doing with our equipment. We own this Deere tractor. We own this Deere tractor, we own the front tank, and then we own the spreader, the fertilizer spreader. I bought these with the money that we made from the contracts from yesterday. We started out doing the FERT contracts, and then we moved on into harvesting, and that took all day long. I stopped only to go heat up some pizza and bathroom breaks and snack breaks. But it took, I went into the evening hours. The sun went down, so I looked out on my camera and it was like the sun was in its last moments. Like it had already gone down, so. But the light was in its last moments. My back, like, I have the, what do you call those? The dusk to dawn bulbs on my outside lights. They had come on. I've got yellow LED, what do you call those? Are they like floodlights? Yeah. So they're the LED yellow version of the floodlights. And they, man, I've had those things burning back there since 2016 or 2017. And they are still burning. It's the exact same bulbs. And they're fantastic. I like them. I bought some extras, but if I don't have to replace them that often, I'll keep the extras, but and they're bright. I've got 2 on one floodlight on one side and 2 on one floodlight on the other side. And the yellow lights, you know, they don't attract bugs like the other lights do, so. I need to put another dusk till dawn light on the front of the house. I've got one on my garage, but I've got some lights around the front door. I need to put some on the front door. you're about done with your contract down there. See if any others popped up. There are others, but they're not as big as those. And there's definitely some other harvesting contracts. I think the next investment might be a hoe. There's a $56,000 hoeing contract right there. That would pay for the hoe and then some. Yeah, I know FedEx and UPS both had grounded all their McDonnell Douglas aircraft of that same model. The 10s, and I think they were all modified now to an 11 or 11F. Yeah, the passenger airliners used to fly those aircraft a lot. I know American Airlines, they had a plane crash much like the UPS crash, in which case the same thing kind of happened, and it ended up crashing. But they used to have a ton of those. If you ever watch Home Alone, where the aircraft take off at the beginning of Home Alone, I don't know about the second Home Alone, but the first Home Alone, that is a MD-10, I think, that they're flying on. Got the engines on the wings, and it's got the engine on the vertical stabilizer. So like where the rudder's at. So yeah, they kind of retired them though. They don't really fly those passenger anymore. Everything passenger now is going to be probably Airbus. Like the Dreamliner or something along that line. There's a few Boeings out there, still flying, but I think a lot of them have gone to Airbus. And I know the plane that they used in Die Hard 2 was the one John McClane's wife was on. It was an MD-10. I think the one in the Langoliers was too. I'd have to go back and watch that movie again to see, but I think it was an MD-10. Boeing owns the right to McDonnell Douglas. Yeah, they're supposed to be working on them new supersonic planes. They're supposed to be coming out within the next few years. It's gonna be kind of like the Concorde. I don't know if you kids remember the Concords or not, but it's kind of like that, but not exactly. But they have similar or faster flight times than I think the Concorde did. They ended up retiring the Concorde for that kind of same reason. They had a lot of issues. They had several crashes. Now you could get to your destination in half the time. Yeah. Farmer Nick says it gross. It snowed a little, and he's got like a little bit of snow on his hood, and a little bit on the windshield there. We've actually got a chance for snow. Yeah, I was watching Die Hard this morning, and never realized that one of the terrorists on the first Die Hard was actually Vigo from Ghostbusters 2. So it's the guy that has the missiles for like the missile launcher. That was Vigo. That's the guy that played Vigo in Ghostbusters 2. Vigo the Carpathian. Never realized that they replaced his voice either in Ghostbusters 2. So that's not actually the guy that played Vigo. That's not his voice. They replaced his voice with somebody else. They dubbed over it. He was not happy when he found out. He went to the premiere of Ghostbusters 2, and he was not happy when he found out in the final version of the film that they had dubbed over his voice. Watching the Christmas movies. It's that time of year though. I watched yesterday while I was doing all the harvest contracts. I watched Home Alone, Home Alone 2, and then Ernest Saves Christmas. This morning I watched Die Hard, Die Hard 2. I think I'm gonna watch Pleasantville this afternoon, or some other Christmas movie. Maybe A Christmas Story, or we'd watch The Santa Claus or something like that. Or maybe really take it back old school and watch Prancer or One Magic Christmas or what was that other 80s movie? The 80s Santa Claus movie. I think it was called Santa Claus. Wasn't Tim Allen. Basically, it was one. I think it had what was that guy's name? Was it Dudley Moore? Oh yeah, Miracle on 34th Street. It's a Wonderful Life. Lots of movies, lots of Christmas movies. Christmas Vacation. Lots of Christmas movies. I don't know why, but some people consider The Wizard of Oz to be a Christmas movie. I don't see how. I think it might be because traditionally they used to play The Wizard of Oz on TV, like around. I know they used to air it like just right before Thanksgiving, and then they would air it right after Christmas. So I don't know. Maybe that's why some people consider it a Christmas movie. I don't consider it a Christmas movie. But Die Hard, I do consider a Christmas movie. Die Hard and Die Hard 2, technically, Christmas movies. They have to meet certain requirements for me to consider them a Christmas movie. They have to be filmed at Christmas time, and they have to contain some kind of Christmas music. Die Hard and Die Hard 2 definitely had that. I mean, Die Hard was filmed on Christmas Eve, and it has Christmas music. Die Hard 2 was filmed on Christmas Eve and has Christmas music. Lethal Weapon, the first one, not any of, I don't think any of the other ones were, but Lethal Weapon, just the original Lethal Weapon, that was a Christmas movie. Gremlins, the first one, Christmas movie. Edward Scissorhands, kind of, I don't know, Gremlins and Edward Scissorhands are kind of like a cross between a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie, so I don't know where you would kind of fit those in at. Maybe you could put those in November and watch them in between, but technically they did have Christmas music and they were filmed at Christmas time. Yeah, I would say definitely. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is like Wizard of Oz they used to air it on TV. It was either like the same week of Thanksgiving or like the week of before or after Christmas. I want to say it was after Christmas, and it may just be one of those films that it's so popular in history that it's kind of a family movie. They just aired it just to fill airtime, and they can't really do a ton of Christmas movies. They don't really do a ton of Christmas movies after Christmas. They want to do all the Christmas content before Christmas. So, and then they don't really want to do a ton of Christmas stuff before Thanksgiving because there's people that don't feel that way. But and I don't know. Me, Christmas, November is kind of like Christmas Eve month, and then December is Christmas. So, that's how I see it. Which reminds me, I need to get some Christmas cookies. Specifically, the little Christmas cookies that are shaped like Christmas trees, Christmas wreaths, bells, stars. You know the ones I'm talking about. They're very simple little Christmas cookies with little red and green sprinkles on them. And then some Christmas, some of the OG big pack of Christmas tree cakes. I'm gonna wait till I get a little closer to Christmas to get those because they release them now, but they if you get them now, the box that you get now is gonna expire before Christmas. So, morning, Tomcat. Whereas the little multiple shape cookies, those will be good until summertime. So I need to find those. I should be getting close to done. Yay. Yep, I'm getting there. I've got this long pass and then a few short passes down here, and then I'll be done with this one. So that's the one that Fuzzy did. Mine is 129. That should be done very shortly. I'm at 92%. He's just about done with his down there. I'm going to head out west and hit that one. Yeah, I watched the Bells of St. Mary's, and a lot of people consider that a Christmas movie. It really has nothing to do with Christmas. I wouldn't consider that a Christmas movie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Bells of St. Mary's. I watched it and I was like, this is not. Maybe because it's got Bing Crosby in it. I don't know, but it's not a Christmas movie at all. But it's dubbed a Christmas movie, so I don't know. It doesn't have. I don't remember there being any Christmas music in it. I don't remember it occurring at Christmas time. I don't know. Alright, Fuzzy, you're done with another one. Again, I'll be done very shortly here. Getting to the shorter end of this field. Biggest field on the map right here, field 88. Always reminds me of when you get the DeLorean up to 88 miles an hour, you're gonna see some serious stuff. Well, when you come to field 88 on Stevie's Riverbend 4X map, you're gonna see some serious stuff, because this is the biggest field on the map. And you know, there's some areas like when we clear some trees and expand some fields and merge some fields, that will be technically the biggest field, but we're not there yet. Probably won't be there for a while. I gotta learn all the specifics about Stevie's map here, and there's some stuff that new stuff that I haven't done yet, and there's some stuff that I'll have to kind of review on how to do, like the compost. When we did compost back on 22, it might be different now, I don't know. I think there is alfalfa on this map though, isn't there? Didn't I see that? Yeah, we got a lot of different stuff. So alfalfa, poppy, rye, spelt. These are the Stevie onions. And then we've got red onion. Or maybe those are not Stevie onions. Maybe the red onions are the Stevie onions. .21 gigawatts. Great Scott. This is heavy. I always thought that was funny. You know, Doc was always saying Great Scott, and Marty was always saying this is heavy. I love how they exchanged those lines in Back to the Future 3, the last one. When they're talking about how Doc's name was no longer on the tombstone, but the tombstone still existed. And he was like, it may not be my name on that tombstone, it may be yours. And then Marty was like, Great Scott. And Doc was like, I know, this is heavy. Manure! I hate manure! Alright, one more little pass and then this will be done. If it doesn't tell me I'm done already. Does it tell me I'm done? Oh, I'm done already. Alright, done with that. So I won't collect that. I'm going to head out west now. Hopefully I've got enough fertilizer. I've burned through some fuel though. Definitely burned through some fuel. I gotta figure out how to get out there. I need to find the road that takes me there. I'm gonna go just south and west is what I'm gonna do. So this road is kind of the same as the original Riverbend. I'm assuming this road will take me there. Need to check that pond too to see if the guy is still in the bottom of it. Hang on, I'm gonna check it real quick. I don't know if I can look down in it maybe. I'm looking. Oh, yep. There's the guy. So it's basically, I think, just a scarecrow in a cage. Yeah, there's the boot that marks it. That scared the you-know-what out of me when I found it on the original Riverbend. I saw that and I was like, oh. You been using the Nexat on this map? Is it better now? I know that thing had some issues leaving lines. Did they fix that a little bit, or how's that going? Have you had any, I don't know whether it was the planting or the harvesting, but it was leaving like some lines. Alright, so this is where the border of the original map was. I think this is the field I need to go to. Is it? Nope. Oh, Fuzzy's already over here. Where am I? Nope, it's the next field up. So Fuzzy, you keep going around. I'm going to start just doing lines from the north side, I think. If you've got yours set up to do one in row, I'll set mine up that way and just take off the in row. Or maybe I'll leave it on so I can see where the line is actually at. Here we go. Yeah, you just keep doing your in row, and then if you want to, you'll be down on the south end when you get back down around that way. Just start on that end and we'll work our way towards the center. What crop is this? Is that rice? No, that is, onions. Need to see if that tractor... I don't think that's the big one. I think I'd rather have the big one. Let me actually go look, because I don't know. That is... $60. International Harvester 62 plus 2. So... No, it's the 70 that's bigger. 70 goes up to 235, so the 60 should be under small tractors, yes. Yep, there it is. Let's see. So we've got this one we're doing. We've got that one wherever that's at. And then that one down. This field is down south of us here. Gotta find that one. Oh, that one's up northeast of us here, so I guess we'll divide and conquer. That's a really big one down south, and then that's a not as big one up northeast. I'll probably go hit that one up northeast because I'm getting kind of low on fert. Hopefully I'll have enough to take that one out. And I might still have to run back and get some. Yeah, because I'm down to 20, almost 20% now, so I'll just run back down there and get some. I think before we had like separate fuel stations like at different parts of the map. So where there's like these kind of concrete pads like that. There's one and there's one. And then there's one kind of down there. And maybe... I don't know. I have to look at this one. There might be one down there. But yeah, it just might pay off to have some fuel station. And we could put them on the side of the fields too. We don't have to have a concrete pad. Matter of fact, a lot of those concrete pads end up getting plowed under and turned into a field. Just to make the field straighter or, you know, bigger. And say you're getting low on fart too. You're down. You're worse off than I am. You're at 7%. I'll do this last pass here. Unless you think you got enough to do it. Or no, wait, you're not on my pass, are you? No, you got a lot. You got a full pass, and then I've got a little kind of partial pass here. Hopefully this will finish it out. Won't have to hit that little strip down there. And 99, and we're done. Alright, back to the stove. Gotta find a road that goes back to the stove. I think this road down here might. If my calculations are correct, this should go right in front of the store. Diner, little shop there, and then we get back into the original area of Riverbend Springs, and then we got the new grocery store over here on the right. Wonder if the bakery's still up here on the hill. Yeah, looks like the bakery's still on the hill. Roof's changed a little bit. Don't pull out in front of me. Uh-oh. Comes a train. Watch out. Here comes a train. Really like the layout that Stevie has done with this. It's Riverbend Springs, but it feels better. It's hard to explain, but it feels more, I don't know, I hate to say realistic, but it definitely feels more like home or something, you know. It's very homey. Step right up, step right up. Grab you some fertilizer. I need to buy some more. Take it a little more loan to get some more. Alright, I'm gonna head north and hit that one up north, and then I'll come down south and help with that one if we're not done with it. Open lot there. And I think I can get there going this road. Gotta figure out where I'm going. Next field up. Just over the ridge here. Little project to build there, looks like. Alright, I am there. So there's a highway that runs in between these. I'm going to say that this cluster of fields over here, we could probably merge all these together. Well, I say that. Well, yeah, maybe. This ain't a paved road. Yeah, we could totally merge a lot of these together. Just about done. Probably a little bit to go right off here on the edge here. Come on, say done, say done. $98, $99, done. Woohoo! No, I fertilized 88 up there. That's the same field I did the contract on yesterday for the canola, I think it was. Are you sure 88? Am I reading that right? 88? Shouldn't be a harvest contract on that one yet. I love how the grocer Y is like right there in the corner of that lot, kind of surrounded by the houses. It kind of reminds me of a Dollar General. I don't know if this road is going to take me where I need to go. Maybe. Yeah, I guess I'm getting there. Just keep going across the river. I need to go right. Alright, I'll hit this up here if you're starting down there. Oh no, my lines disappeared. Good morning, Big Al. How's it going? Ouch, that's cold. Yeah, it's supposed to be cold here, I think, in the morning. Got a cold front coming. You can tell the wind is blowing super hard here. That's not a mod. That is the in-game steering assist. So this is standard for Farming Simulator 25. It's built into the game. When you open the menu, you can either select the AI worker to set them up on these lines, or you can do the steering assist. Now we can turn the lines on or off. I've got them on because this is a new to us kind of map. And hang on, I'll show you here in just a second. Yeah, that's built into the game. That's available on console and PC. Get this save out of the way. Alright, did we complete that one? Yeah, looks like we got it. Alright. So you hold B on your controller, or O if you're on PlayStation. And then it sets up your lines there. So this is the steering assist. You can change this over to AI if you want to do that. If you want to hire your worker out, or you can set it up like this. You can set your width if you need to. Most of the time everything's automatic. You can set how many in-rows you want to do. You can set which direction you want it to work. So if you want to go east and west, north and south, there's all kinds of directions. You can do a offset if you have to. So if you have like a plow that has an offset or something, then you can turn your lines on and off here with the steering assist. And then the AI worker, you can actually set it up to where they either work the headlands, so your in rows, or not. And then whether they start with them or not. So that's pretty much it. Yeah. Hey Fuzzy, go back to the farm with that. I want to eject the fertilizer at the farm. Yeah, that's built into the game. That's not a mod. That, console people, they've been without GPS. Technically, that's kind of GPS. That's the answer for GPS for all the console people. So you can use it as GPS, or you can set your hired workers up on it to use it as well. Yep, you're welcome. Definitely. I just gotta find the road back. I want to say it's not that one. I've got to go further down here. Where's the farm? Let's see. I don't know where you're at. Are you on the same road I'm on? Can you see me? Oh, where in the farm do you want to put the fert? Yeah, I'll show you. I got a specific spot I want to put it. Yeah, basically just right under here. Just pull into one of these bays and then just eject it under here. I don't think I can eject it out of the front. Oh well, no I can. Never mind. I can't eject it out the front. Alright, so I'm going to bring this out and I'll just leave that fert under there. Just leave all that fert under there. And I'm just going to unhook all of this over here. Whoa, hello. That dynamic camera where it zooms in automatically, that gets me every time. I wish I could disable that. Did they ever bring that to the mod hub, that mod where you could disable the automatic zoom in dynamic camera? Alright, so you ejected all of your fur, right? No more fur left in there. Good deal. So I'm going to go complete these contracts, Fuzzy. So let's go down to the contract panel. We're about to make some money. How much money do we have right now? 12, what does that say? 12,000? Looks like 12 grand left in there. Let's put some money in the bank. Alright. So yeah, we put a little money in the bank. We got 302,000. So what I'll do, I'm gonna take my break real quick. When we come back, we'll go ahead and get started on that harvesting contract. So if you want to take the combine up there, Fuzzy, you can. I'm probably gonna see about getting maybe like a grain cart to help us out with that, and I'll hook this John Deere tractor up to that. So I'm gonna take my break. YouTube, you guys, we'll see you guys in the next episode. And yeah, that's it. All right, until the next time, we'll remember you reap what you sow. Almost forgot my line. It's Matt from the Grain Arcade. We'll see you in the next one, YouTube.